Fellow Ugandans, for years since Uganda got her independence, there has been declining levels of democracy and rule of law. Billions have been lost in scandals. Mothers have died while giving birth in poor medical facilities, characterized with no medical supplies. Youth unemployment is at its peak, and the education system is alarming. Would you wish for a new Uganda where recruitment is based on merit, not through political patronage? A new Uganda where land and equitable distribution of national resources is secured. A new Uganda where there is justice, respect for human rights, rule of law and democracy. A new Uganda where there is proper governance, equal access to quality public services, especially health and education. A people-centered Uganda where there is a right to social justice. A new Uganda for liberation, servant leadership, social and economic transformation. A new Uganda where there is an end to poverty, zero tolerance for corrupt practices, gender equality and a people-centered government. A new Uganda where the future of our children's children is guaranteed. Then vote Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert for President of Uganda 2021-2026. People power.
Morning, everybody. Thank you for voting Robert Kyagulanyi. Pam Kawa, let me know if the volume. Morning, everybody. We are talking about removing a dictator this morning. As we speak, the home of our president, Robert Kyagulanyi, has been surrounded. Please, if the volume is not on, okay, thank you very much. We are fighting a dictator. There is no way around. As we speak for now, the home for Robert Kyagulanyi has been surrounded simply because they don't want him to go in Kayunga. We have a civil activity which is illegal, which has been announced. We have a candidate, but our president is not allowed. Fellow Ugandans, what I'm going to talk about today, we have got hashtag many trending, well done. We have a hashtag, we are removing a dictator. Please remember that hashtag a lot every day. What you require to fight a dictator. A dictator has got antics. And if we are fighting, we are removing a dictator, Uganda is bleeding. That hashtag resonates a lot. As we stand for now, even young children, even people from 3 years, Museveni yabba akalulu, Bobi Wine ye yawangula, Museveni akuba Bobi Wine, Museveni twagala agende. Dictator. Everyone is crying foul of dictator. Young, old, teenagers, elderly, middle age, all these people, they are crying about dictator. It is unfortunate that Uganda is littered with the leaders who have been dictator. But however, I want to mention, it's we people who build dictators. We shouldn't build dictators. For me, I'm very cautious to defend the leaders because I believe everybody is under the law. I believe everybody should be accountable for whatever they are doing. So, Uganda, we are fighting dictator. We have to remember that they don't want anything to do with the democracy. They don't want to do with anything to say peace. If you are saying we are removing a dictator, they demonize your language. They say, have you heard what they are saying? If you say we are fighting for freedom, oh, those people, that group is violent. They are fighting. They are fighting. We are not fighting. The problem is language interpretation. That is the problem. We have another hashtag, mission to freedom. Let us not forget, mission to freedom. And then we have another hashtag, we shall overcome. Those 4 hashtags, they are in order. We are removing a dictator. Uganda is bleeding. Mission to freedom, we shall overcome. Those 4 hashtags, for me, they resonate a lot to me. All hashtags, I like them. But let us look at the antics of a dictator. Dictator, what they do, they intimidate people. Dictator, they are full of fear. Tell me why this morning Robert Chagulanyi's home is surrounded because they fear. They fear to see Robert Chagulanyi phenomena, Robert Chagulanyi electricity, Robert Chagulanyi, they fear, dictators, they even fear us more than we fear them. They fear to lose power. Every day they sit in what? In meetings, not to deliver services to the Uganda, to the people they want to rule, but they sit in meetings. How are they going to consolidate? How are they going to stay in power? Fellow Ugandans, Uganda is very unfortunate. Kenya is going into election. For them, they don't want violent election. Now they are going to change a president when we are watching. We are watching Tanzania. So far, they have had 5 presidents. 1 is dead. In Uganda, presidents, they bring back dead bodies. Amini's body has never done. This is why I talked about finance. Because dictators, when they stay in power, they don't stay there by themselves. They've got arms. They have got branches. And we need to go over those branches. Because dictators, once they stay in power, they are endorsed by we people. They endorsed for one reason. A dictator psychologically damages all the people they rule. A dictator psychologically damages all the people they rule. Even those who support him, you can hear NRM, there is single candidature. They don't want anything to do with another person standing as NRM chairman. You saw 2 days ago, all NRM they are endorsing, justifying corruption. Olanya, he stands up and say, hey, oh, blah, blah. Whoever has never done it, they have all done it. So they have done it. This is how bad it is coming. Humiliating, embarrassing. A dictator will rewind you up psychologically. This is why people, they say we will never remove a dictator by peaceful. This is why people, they say Museveni will never go. The problem, if he goes, there is the UPDF. There is likely Muhoozi will take up power. There is likely that we'll have a bad successor. So dictators are not easy. We build people, they build a dictator. Go on Katumba Gerard page and watch the video he compiled with something to do with the dictator. Dictator, that word started from a good person, but now it has ended up that is becoming a monster. So dictator, psychologically, they wind people up. They disregard wherever any meaningful democracy. When you see the report from Sweden about democracy, autocracy has declined, especially in the last 3 years. But dictators, they have got antics. They wind you up. They instill fear in you. If you don't fear them, this is what a dictator does. They rip the constitution. We have seen in Uganda, it has been changed. Term limits taken out, age limit taken out. Everything that can stop a dictator to stay in power gets ripped up. As we speak for now, Uganda who are fighting for freedom, some they are in a wheelchair, some their eyes are damaged, some their legs, some psychological, that they have never come back. Then the dictator uses gerrymandering, that is cutting down constituency, that he knows this area he was getting 30,000. So let me cut it into 4 so that I can get numbers. Dictators, they look at numbers. They don't care what you are saying. Then in nepotism, they elect their own to be in their office. As we stand for Uganda, Museveni, then Janet, then Rwabogo, then Muhoozi, then Kanyerugaba, then daughter in-law, then brother, half brother, Sam Kutesa, in-law, nepotism, they surround you. As we stand for now in Uganda, we have a group of about 50 people who are really terrorizing Uganda, getting a grip on Uganda, that they don't want Uganda to be peaceful or democratic. So we had a democratic summit. Museveni was not invited. But let me tell you something. Dictators, it doesn't matter. What they matter, that they are in their country. They use the word sovereignty. Uganda is a sovereign country, so you cannot tell us what to do. And the international, they can do very little. If you don't invite him, he will stay in Uganda. He will go in Africa. He's there building schools. So is Tanzania going to turn away Museveni? He's in Congo. Are they going to turn away Museveni? The only fight they have got is with the Kagame. But then they are like brother and sisters. 1 minute they talk, tomorrow they don't talk. So we are removing a dictator is not easy. What else did they do? They bypassed the parliament. Amin did it, but Amin did very well. But what Museveni is doing is destroying everything, any good of Uganda. He's getting his way. And then they own the army. You can see now the army is deployed outside Robert Chagulanyi's house. They use it to their own effort. They are meant to fight those who invade Uganda, but as we speak, army, they are on the streets of Uganda. You saw that deployment during election, prior to election, during election, after election. You can see UPDF, they are everywhere. They are meant to be in the barracks. Then they own the money. Bank of Uganda, they nominated Yuat Mutabile. The man is sick. He's not fit to be governed, but he was, because he can be used. He can be compromised. And then the executive power. All the power, they don't care. They will take even the power which is not theirs. They will not allow anything to go ahead without Museveni. This is why you hear Museveni has got 83 ministers, but they are for nothing. They don't decide anything. They don't do their work. They say we wait for powers above, we wait for Museveni. So he owns all the power. And then he elects the Electoral Commission chairman. We saw what Biabakama did. He read the results on the gunpoint. He ended up saying 103%, and he announced somebody who didn't win. The results were not there. The internet were not there. And then bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is building up office after office. This is what NRM does. They reward those with the offices. Those who haven't gone on to win as member of parliament, they are the people allocated as the ambassadors. You go there, they cannot help you. They don't know even what to do. What Museveni does, bureaucracy after bureaucracy. Betty Kamya, you are out. You are now the IGG. So what is she going to do? We heard what she told you. So Museveni is creating dictators. They create office after office to satisfy those, to hold them in power, to satisfy their followers. But as we speak, some people, they have never seen Museveni. Some people, they cry to see Museveni. And then patronage is about the offices. They put their own in the offices. So fellow Ugandans, we are removing a dictator. Uganda is bleeding, and we shall overcome. If we are going to overcome, we need unity. If you don't know how unity is, try and be unity. We are never the same. We got different minds. I'm going to think that what you are telling me is not right. But my aim matters. What do I want? Removing a dictator. We have to recognize each other. We have a danger. I'm going to speak in medical terms. I'm going to use 3 medical terms. Optician, number 1. We have got Ugandans with the good eyes. Oh, the moment I saw that one, I know it's no nope, it's no what. I saw, oh, that's one. That one is gone. Then we have another one, stethoscope. The one the doctor uses to feel. Oh, no. That one is not nap. That one is not for change. That one is munyamp. Then we have the surgery, operation. That, oh, when I went to somebody's life, I spent there 2 minutes, 10 seconds, I can know that person. No. It shouldn't be that. Unity is going to cost us. Our people, they have got ego. People, they don't want to listen to each other. They don't want to be with each other. But if we don't know the price of being unified, of being as a unit, we are going to fall down. When you have like a small organization, you have to pay to the rules and regulation of that small organization. Charity begins at home. We need to encourage each other. We need to be unified. We need to know that we are all together. We need to know we are never going to be the same. We need to be unified. This is why you see red card. Red card for what? Let us join. The problem in front of us is Museveni. The problem is a dictator. But when we unite, somebody is going to talk about something else. You are going to talk about something else. Don't say this doesn't help. Don't say this is not what, because we are all fighting a dictator. We are just like in the house on fire. It has got fire, and now we need to get out. And that fire is now the dictator, that he will not leave power. He's coming after you. He's doing whatever he can. So, fellow Ugandans, those hashtag, we are moving a dictator. Uganda is bleeding. It is. People they are killed. Genocide, silent genocide, no services, and we shall overcome. Nothing lives forever. Dictators that cannot stay there forever. We shall overcome, we like it or not, whether they like it or not, because our mission is to freedom. This is a revolution. It will never cease. It will never stop. But it will go on and on until when you will remove a dictator. For Ugandans, you can wake up today and you say, oh, Museveni is still on. I can't be bothered. No, put your energy together. Put it together. Continue contributing. Continue doing what you are. Continue being positive, because the enemy psychologically has broken you. Psychologically has wound you down. Psychologically has made you to think it will never happen. But you know what? It has happened. Many people, Gaddafi was there 42 years and he went, but Museveni, we shall never allow him to be there 42 years. We have got all these people who are in power, but where we are going, Africa for now, we have taken now about the last 10 years. No president, no leader has gone with a shade of blood. And that is what we are destined for. And that is where we are going. You can see what is happening in Kayunga. We have a candidate legally appointed, legally nominated, but they keep on arresting, they keep on interacting. We have seen people coming on the street. But for me, there is something that I'm looking into this. We have people coming on the street. They are showing their love. NRM is embarrassed. Museveni is going to be embarrassed. But you know what? The dictator doesn't care. Do you remember when Museveni said, when he was in Nakasek, people, they said to him, go, we don't want you, we want Bobby Wine. And do you know what he said? Museveni said, oh, when they said that, I remember I have my army in Somalia, I have these people, so I'm going to bring them over. Fine, you brought them over, Okechi is gone. So that is the dictator. They don't have any empathy. They don't care. We wake up, we say, how can you do it? But they have done it, because if anything can keep them in power, for them they can say. But let me tell you, unity. If we unify, we put our resources, our energy together, we stick together, we encourage it together, we can get the dictator out. It is a solution. It's one way. We are just one step to remove a dictator. That one step is going to be like this. Just like today, Museveni is going to Kayunga. They don't want Bobby Wine to do, which we need to have people to stand and say in the way, if you are not letting Bobby Wine come, Museveni, you are not coming to Kayunga. That is the language they will understand. Suddenly, unfortunately, as we stand for now, they're gonna kill a lot of people, and they will kill a lot of people. But you know what? Sometimes there is a price to pay. I don't want people to be killed. But sometimes things like that, they happen. We saw it in Cairo, what happened. We saw what happened everywhere. But surprise, Mugabe was removed without any shot of gun, any shot of bullet, any loss of blood. So Museveni, whichever way he builds it to you, psychologically he has wind you up, he has got into your mind that you will never remove him, that you never do anything. I come by a quarter penny, I go with a quarter penny, I have the army, you can't do this, you can't do this. All these people, dictators, When you look at international, Museveni is lying international that is good, is a fighter, he can keep peace, and that is what satisfied them. And when you look at African Union, is not anything fit for purpose. They don't do anything. African Union, whatever they want, they endorse a dictator. We have East African. So we are having passports for East African. Why would we have a passport for East African when Kenya, they are going through a free and a fair election, Tanzania, they are changing president. So what unifies us? And when you see we have the ERA, that now the ERA decided Museveni can go to Congo to fight ADF. But then, where is the army? I saw the debate yesterday that they were debating. But Uganda doesn't have anything to put on the table. But where is the army? If we are fighting Congo ADF, we should have the army for Rwanda, for Kenya, for Tanzania, for Uganda, for Southern Sudan. That's the region. That is what combines us. But what we have done, we have gone so. Fellow Ugandans, we speak. No one, not me, that I want to see Museveni. I want to hear Museveni. All I want is Museveni to go. All I want is Museveni out of power. We are fighting a dictator. We are all a unit. We are contributing one way or the other. We can encourage, stop discouraging people, stop breaking ourselves down, stop fighting in the public. It's not going to take us anywhere. We are fighting a dictator. A dictator feeds on what we are doing. A dictator feeds on the moods. A dictator now, as we speak, they have got spies all over in people power. Dictator, if you fail to agree with him, he can use so many means. He can buy you off. He can give you money. He can put you in prison. He can kill you. He can do anything. But however, let us stand up. Let us stand up for a dictator. We have seen Honorable Chams. He was put in prison in his park. Francis Isake is standing up. We have seen Freddie Rumbiye comes out of prison, is standing up. We have seen so many people, numbers in a wheelchair. We have seen, we need to be like that. That's the message we need to send to the dictator. Sometimes to win a dictator, you do exactly what he does. If he sends spies into NUP, into the strongest challenge, we have to have spies into NRM. If he uses this, we have to do it the same. Sometimes you need to decide what to match the dictator by dictator, one by one. But intelligence plays a big, big part. By now, we should have intelligence. By now, we should know how did they surround the home of Bobby Wine? Who is there? What time did they come? What is their one? So, fellow Ugandans, we are removing a dictator. One day he will be removed, one day he will go, and he will go very soon. Museveni's days is soon. The sign is doing atrocities, is doing bad crime again, bigger and bigger. That means he has run out of option. So he doesn't have any fighting. So he's doing whatever he can to fend off people. But you know what? NUP, Tetupoa, NUP, we are not going anywhere. NUP, we are what we are. We shall never we shall never surrender on our country because the dictator wants to stay in power. He's been in power 36. It's so sweet for him. So what he does, but we need to go after these people around him. He doesn't stand as a dictator by himself. If ministers, they break away from him, Museveni will not be in power. If NRM members, they break away from him, Museveni will not be in power. So we need to go back to the villages to tell people what's happening, to tell people we need to go back to the villages and raise awareness that Uganda is taken. Uganda is theirs. They are meant to have service. They are meant to be like this. They need their freedom, but we need to teach them. We need to teach them about their rights, because if somebody doesn't know their rights, they are not going to fight back. It's our duty to teach Ugandans their rights. It's our duty to tell them that it's within their hand to change bad leaders and voting good leaders. And if we do it, leaders will be on their toes. So today, 14th December 2021, we are going to Kayunga for RC5 and dictators, Tebaswala. You saw how much money, how much people came out for Nakwede, but still they will not. What really amazes me, by now they should give up. They should give up because the people they have showed that they don't want NRM. For them, they are going to rely on money, give people money, get votes, use the gun. But let us be prepared because we know what a dictator is about. Once you know you are after a dictator, you have to envisage. You have to have scenario. What is going to happen? He's going to put you under house arrest. He's going to deploy UPDF. He's going to use the money. He's going to fire tear gas. They are going to rig. They are going to turn off the internet. They are going to turn off the communication. They are going to turn off electricity. These are the things we need to envisage, and we come up with a plan and a strategy to reduce the maximum damage. That is what we do. If they turn off the internet, how are we going to communicate? Turn off the electricity. Do we have portable what? Portable lights, solar, blah, blah. Are we going to use the phone? If they deploy UPDF, what do? We have to envisage. Leaders, don't stay. All those in Kayunga, don't stay in your houses because they are going to put people under house arrest, and they open up an oven. How you are going to speak to those people? Maybe we use Zoom. If they are stopping our leaders, let us use Zoom. Put up the big screen. Let the leaders speak to the people. In Alim, you go nowhere to go. You are a dictatorial regime. Sorry for you, but people want peace and we want change. There is no way. We cannot change it. We cannot change it for anything. We cannot bargain. We want change. Why we want change is that we want Uganda to belong to every Ugandan. We got good leaders who are in waiting to become leaders of Uganda, to take Uganda far. If we don't have service delivery, we are in big debt. Uganda is going worse and worse. That is not what we want. Remember, dictator will demonize your language. They will say, if you say we are fighting for freedom, oh, they are fighting. We are removing a dictator. How can you say you are removing? That is what they said about corruption. Somebody steals money and builds a hospital. No, we are not going to speak that language. We are going to demonstrate what being democratic is and how we are going to lead the people. So we are going to be on the front line. Thanks very much for joining me, people. Those are the hashtag I had today. We are hashtag we are removing a dictator. Hashtag Uganda is bleeding. Hashtag mission to freedom. Hashtag we shall overcome. I can't put any more to that. Many. So we are in the war zone. We are in the danger zone. But we have to stay within. We have to. We've already crossed the crossroads. We are into each other's face. So NRM will have to give away, and then the people's will. But I tell you what, once we lose our fear, they will lose their power. Okay? Those people we fear, they fear us more than that. The power in the people is greater than that with a gun. So people power will eventually prevail. So we shall overcome. Salute. People power, our power, people power. NUP everywhere, NUP. Thanks very much for watching me. Donald Muangzi, Hajati, Sepia, Joseph Mukasa, Emmanuel Tembo, Jonathan Nupu. Thank you. I can't mention everybody. Have a lovely day. Keep an eye on Kayunga and let us do whatever you can. You can be diaspora. You can still do anything. Motivate people. Call them. Give them water. Give them anything we can do. Raise awareness. Tweet, Facebook, social media. We shall overcome. Have a lovely day. Amanda Ankulabye Kamere. Mpaka Kamere mukwana Amanda.